Hello and welcome, teachers. So, you're gearing up for the TKT Module 1 exam, and you've hit Unit 16. This one is so important. Today, we're going to crack it wide open. We'll break down exactly how to present new language so effectively that it really sticks with your students.
I mean, that's the big question for all of us, isn't it? It's not enough to just tell them new words or grammar. We have to make it unforgettable. So in this explainer, we're going to build your teaching toolkit, step by step, and turn all this classroom theory into real success on your exam.
Okay, first things first. Before you even dream of introducing a new grammar point or a list of vocabulary, you have to set the stage. You got to warm up the room. In the world of TKT, this super important first step is called a lead-in. And its purpose is really simple but powerful. A good lead-in gets your students' brains switched on, it connects what you're about to teach to something they already know, and, maybe most importantly, it makes them genuinely interested and ready to learn. You can think of these as your hooks. A really interesting question, a mysterious picture, a fun, quick game. All of these things create a reason for learning. They build a bridge from your student's world right to the new language, making it feel relevant from the get-go.
All right, the stage is set. Your students are warmed up, they're paying attention. Now it's time for the main event, introducing the new language itself. Let's dig into the core tools you'll need in your teaching toolkit.
This one is absolutely essential. Language without a situation around it is, well, it's just a bunch of random words. By putting a new phrase inside a story or showing it in a real-world dialogue, you're not just giving them words, you're giving them meaning. Elicitation. This is a total game changer. Instead of just standing at the front and telling students the answer, you become more of a guide, helping them discover it for themselves. It makes the whole learning process way more active and all about the student. And this is just a perfect, simple example of that magic, right? Instead of just saying, "This is a pen," the teacher asks a question. It forces the student to search their own brain for the answer. They're not just passively listening, they're actively participating in the discovery. It creates that little aha moment. So, once your students have a grip on the meaning, they need to hear what it actually sounds like. And that's where you come in with modeling. Your job is to be the perfect example, providing a crystal clear, correct model of the language. This gives them a clear target to aim for. Now, I know repetition can sometimes get a bad rap, but when you use it the right way, drilling is an amazing tool. It helps build accuracy and fluency, and it creates that crucial muscle memory for pronunciation. It literally gets the language off the page and into their mouths. And hey, your toolkit doesn't stop there. Think about guided discovery, where your students become little language detectives, figuring out the rules all by themselves from examples you give them. Or using Realia, real objects like a menu or a movie ticket, to make vocabulary feel real. And never, ever underestimate the power of a simple picture or a gesture to clarify meaning in a split second. Okay, you've just given a fantastic presentation, but here's the crucial part. How do you really know if they've understood it? This is your quality control check. Always, and I mean always, check for understanding in this exact order. Meaning has to come first. If they don't get what it means, who cares about the grammar or how to say it? Once the meaning is solid, then you can focus on the form. And finally, the pronunciation. It's just a logical build. And right here, this might be the single most important piece of advice for any teacher. Asking, "Do you understand?" is frankly useless. Why? Because students will almost always just nod and say yes, either because they're being polite or because they think they get it. We need a better tool. And that tool is called concept checking questions, or CCQs. Just look at the difference here. The question on the left gets you nowhere, but look at the CCQs on the right. For the sentence, "He used to live in Paris," you don't ask, "Do you get it?" You ask simple questions that prove understanding. Does he live in Paris now? The answer has to be no. Did he live there in the past? Yes. See? These simple questions break down the core meaning. They're your secret weapon. Okay, let's bring this all together. How does all this theory actually help you get points on your TKT exam? Let's connect the dots between what we've talked about and the questions you're actually gonna see. Look, the exam isn't trying to trick you. It really just wants to see if you can spot these concepts in a real classroom scenario. You'll get a little transcript of a lesson, and you'll have to say, "Oh, okay, that's the teacher eliciting," or "That's drilling." It's all about recognizing how a teacher helps a student notice the language, to really see how it's built and used.
If you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this simple, powerful flow right here. First, you warm them up with a lead-in. Second, you present the language using a clear technique. And third, you check for understanding with great CCQs before you even think about moving on to a practice activity.
So, what's it going to be? Are you going to try a more creative lead-in in your next class? Maybe focus on eliciting a bit more? Or are you going to sit down and write some killer CCQs for your next grammar point? Take these tools, put them to work, and I promise you, you will walk into that TKT exam feeling totally confident. Good luck.